Alright, so we are here at our last day in Paris, here at the Suite Nouvelle. We're going to be heading into the city to learn how to play a traditional French game. More of that to come. And then we're going to have some free time to wander around, shop, and kind of explore the streets a bit. And after that we're going to have a really nice evening, a little artist community, and so very cool day coming up. And our last day, so, and try and take it easy today and just enjoy being in Paris. Our first stop of the day was Place de la Concorde, which just so happens to have a 3,000-year-old Egyptian obelisk standing in the middle of it. The obelisk was a gift from Egypt and tells of the reign of the pharaoh Ramesses II. On the north-south axis of the obelisks are two of the most famous fountains in Paris, both with river and sea themes. From the Place de la Concorde, we entered the Tuileries, which is a really large public garden that stretches all the way to the Louvre Museum. This was where we were going to experience a traditional French game called pétanque.
It's basically the same thing as bocce ball, however in French they call it pétanque. And it's known for Frenchmen, old Frenchmen, sitting around and playing this game. And so you guys get to participate in a very French culture enriching activity. And you pick a point on the ground and you make a mark. And then everyone throws from this point, and you throw the jack, and whoever gets the closest to the jack wins. So if you throw like that, clearly I'm very bad at pétanque.
After winning and losing at pétanque, we continued to explore the Tuileries. Lawn maintenance was ongoing in the Tuileries. We spent a few hours wandering around Paris, and it went real quick. All of a sudden it was time to meet up with the rest of the group and head to one of my favorite places in Paris. We were heading to Montmartre, which is kind of a big hill, the highest point in the city of Paris. It's actually 430 feet high, and on top of it there's the Sacre-Coeur Basilica, or the Basilica of the Sacred Heart. So there are a lot of steps. Let's see how fast I can do it. Up here! The view from the top is really incredible. You get to see all of Paris laid out before you. Interestingly, this site up on the hill actually was used for both Druid worship, and even the Romans built temples here. The basilica itself is a Roman Catholic church built in the Romanesque Byzantine style and was completed in 1914. After touring the basilica, we got a chance to wander the little streets around Montmartre and check out all the little artists here and there in the cafes. Although it's very touristy now, at the beginning of the 20th century, many artists had studios and worked in and around Montmartre, including Salvador Dali, Claude Monet, Pablo Picasso, and Vincent van Gogh.
Beaux-Arts, which means the beautiful arts, okay? And the Beaux-Arts did not let in a certain type of painter, the Impressionists. So they, as a result, were kind of banished. So now these people who were shunned in real life, and Van Gogh could barely eat in real life. And he lived up here, but then he lived down in the south of France. So he had a pretty tragic life. This church over there, here is about 1600. This church has been a church on this site for a long, long time then. Now, this church is famous for something. What did I tell you about this area? Who comes here?
Impressionists.
The Impressionists.
And
Why did they come here? Because they were?
Outcasts.
Brilliant. So you come here if you're outcasts. Now, what happened on the 14th of July, 1890?
Bastille Day.
So it was the storming of the Bastille, yes. But during that period, we mostly talk about how women and people are all just a couple of meals away from revolting. In this case, this was where the political thinkers of the period would come to meet and be rebellious. So this is a political rebellious church. Names the political thinkers of that period. Robespierre, yeah, good. Voltaire, good. Rousseau, good. So imagine them coming and meeting in this spot. So this is where they would come and plot. But they talk about what it means to be equal, what it means to be free, and what it means to be brothers. Well done. You've really got this.
It was time for our last meal together in Paris, and of course sharing a few insights maybe?
What I was most looking forward to in this trip was being surprised because I never really read the itinerary and stuff. I thought we were going to London and Paris, and that was great. I was like, all right, let's do it. I don't know what's happening, but let's do it. But what really surprised me the most was how wonderful our tour director was. All the little small things like taking the subway, eating at these amazing places, and her general attitude towards everything, it just made everything so much better.
So it's our last evening in Paris, filling up with some nice ice cream from this wonderful little shop here, and just bought some art, some cheesy tourist art, but it's handmade, so by the artist that I bought it from, so that was pretty cool. So it's been a wonderful 10-day trip. I've enjoyed all these kids we've been dragging around, and the music we're listening to, like there. Very, very fun, very cool, very tired. Can't wait to go home, but also just so nice to be out here in Paris.
No, I'm a peaceful man. Said that's okay, boy. Won't you be old Chester whenever you can?
Right?
We had one more poignant stop to make at a college at the bottom of the hill.
How lucky we are to A, be here, and to B, not have gone through some horrible things that 70 years ago things did go through.
Okay, in the memory of the students of this school, deported?
Yeah,
from
deported.
1942 to 1944,
because they were Jews.
Because they were Jews and innocent victims of the Nazis and the Vichy government.
Barbarian Nazis
and the Vichy government. They were exterminated in the death camps, as well as 700 of the infants that lived here in the 18th
arrondissement.
Wow. In the 18th arrondissement. We will never forget them.
Wow.
Anyway, that's a bit sad.
Yeah.
Our last RER ride. We're out. Well, we're leaving. It's the morning of our departure day, but it was an awesome, awesome trip. I would have to say that we got to get more kids out and about in the world. Because seeing other cities and other ways of being are so crucial to our global connectedness and mindedness that we really need right now. So off to the airport, home.
Well, it's the end of the trip and we're on our way home, and this is where I'm going to have to indulge just a little bit and be a little sentimental in really thank this amazing group of students that traveled with me. They inspire me, and hopefully they will continue to travel throughout their lives and make this world a better place. Also, a big shout out to our tour director, Katie McCorkindale, who went above and beyond to make this just a spectacular trip. And of course, the best part about traveling home is thinking about all of the amazing places around this planet we could go next. So, until next time, remember to click like and subscribe.